Hey everybody, how we doing? How is it going? Happy Saturday. We are... Oh, you know what? I forgot my drink. Let me go get that, because it's hot. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. How's it hanging, everybody? Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing good. Shadow Elvoid, hopefully... Are you in the Discord? Cause let us know when you wind up getting your new guitar. Alright, let's put up the TikTok live chat as well. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. So, today what we're doing, by the title of the stream, does this tell us the title of the stream? Well, it doesn't, but that's okay. So today what we're doing is something a little different, and this is something that I am starting now this, I'm starting this week, and at least for the summer, I will be using Saturdays as a content creation day, if needed. So my hope is definitely every week I'm going to have a topic that we're going to talk about and that we'll discuss for about an hour or so on stream, and then do some practice or do some video content. So today I'm going to do some video content for stuff. I have a hard stop at 4 o'clock because I have rehearsal tonight, and I need to make sure that I get everything set up for rehearsal and stuff like that for the musical that I'm doing. So, yeah. So today, what we're gonna work on, or what I'm gonna show you is I'm gonna let you all into the behind the scenes of how I plan out my practicing, my practice schedules, and everything like that. It's a question that I get all of the time, and people see me put practice schedules and what I'm doing for the month or what I'm doing for the day. People are interested in that, and so I'm going to share with you my philosophy and some of the ideas of my practicing with y'all. So if you're on TikTok hanging out with us, how's it going? You will not see any of this because unfortunately TikTok took away my live access back in May for no reason. My live access to go live through Streamlabs. So, and I haven't been able to get answers from them. And so them being TikTok, so I don't know. So unfortunately I can't do a screen share. You guys don't get to see what I'm doing. But for YouTube and twitch.tv/Guitar Shredder, you guys will get to see all of the things that I'm going to put up on the screen. All right, let's go ahead, do this. I should have, let's see, how do I want to do this? Because I want to use this screen instead, and I want to keep the cat cam going. So let's add the cat cam. Why do I not know what my... Where's the video? Audio... Oh, here. Derp! Okay. Cat cam. There they are. Let's add that sort. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright. We're just going to put these guys right here for right now. This is going to be a little scuff. All right, let me jump over to this for a second. How does this look? Oh yeah, they're just like right on my chest, which is awkward AF, but that's okay. Okay. And then on this guy, we're gonna do that. We're just gonna. Oh boy. Oh boy. And I don't want to hide it. I want to lock it. There it is. Okie dokie. Cat cam. We're gonna just put this right underneath my little self. All right. This is scuff AF. That's okay though. Oh, did I do a good job of? Yeah, I did. That's awesome. Okay. How is the kitty still sleeping? They love sleeping up there. They love it completely. All right. So we got that. Yeah. So, what we're going to do now is I'm going to pull this over. Again, I apologize. I'm setting up these screens like as we go. All right. And I do want to make sure that we see this. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. What if I do that? Oh, that's so good. All right, I can just like leave this. What are you guys? What are you doing? I want to make sure that I'm not cut off on this. So. Okay, cool. I think that should work. Am I part of an orchestra or group? Shadow, see me and the cats. Can you also see... Let me go over to Twitch. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, perfection. This is perfection. Awesome. Okay. So, what we have here... So, let me answer your question, Shadow. I am not part of a group or an orchestra. The rehearsal that I'm going to is I got hired to play in the pit of the musical The Prom. And so I'm doing that all summer long. It's not going to affect me streaming. I've changed my schedule, and that's up in the Discord, and I need to make those announcements on social media. But so I'm doing that all summer, and I usually get hired sort of as a freelance guy. So I'll be hired. Oh, we need a guitar player for this, or we need this and that and the other thing. Mr. Cat, welcome in on this wonderful Saturday. What's up? Thumbs up. How you doing? So, yeah. How am I? We're doing good. Said this before that you were a guitar teacher. I'm I mean, being a guitar teacher is one part of my profession. I'm a freelancer. So like under that, like I consider myself a concert classical guitarist, a teacher, instructor, content creator, freelance musician. Like, the amount of hats that I wear is ridiculous. Mr. Cat, we're not going to pet the kitties right now at this moment, but when we're done with what we're doing, we totally will. So, okay. We are working on... So the first thing is actually not this page that we're seeing on the screen right now. Okay? This... Actually, let me do this very quickly, because, duh, Shredda, you have all of this blank real estate on YouTube. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. All right, good, awesome. All right, I'm done now. That will annoy me. Okay. Anyway, okay. Things. What was I talking about? Okay, so what's currently up here is not gonna be what we start with. Okay. As the title of the stream suggests, we're gonna go over quarter 3 of 2024, which is July, August, and September, as well as defining clearly the goals for July as well. Okay. So actually, to start with, we have to go to what I consider my current repertoire, and we're gonna go to my competition rep. Okay. So all of these pieces that we see here are that I'm going to put this in, what color can I use for this? That'll look good on stream. If it's blue, does it look, there you go. All those pieces, because it's not actually blue, it's yellow because I have it in dark mode. All of those pieces are the pieces that I am focused on for the GFA competition. Okay. And they are all pieces that I have worked on in depth and all this kind of stuff. And so I'm just sort of now focused on getting myself so that way I can have a really strong showing at the GFA. And I'm kind of doing this all on my own. And this is really I'm trying to create like a strategy. Okay. For those who don't know, the GFA is the Guitar Foundation of America. Every year they have a international concert artist competition. And it is probably one of the most, if not the most highly coveted competitions in the classical guitar world. You win a $10,000 first prize, 50-date concert tour, recording, all these kinds of things. It's super awesome. And I decided last year that I'm going to do it because I'm turning 40 next year, and I said, why not? So we'll see what happens. So with that said, we're going to do a new document. We will call this Q3 2024 goals. Right? So that's what we want. So right now, my goals, I have really one primary playing goal for the third quarter of 2023, which is there was some controversy this year regarding the winners. Yeah, there was a whole big stink, which yeah. I tend not to get into that drama. I think everybody in the finals played amazing. And, yeah, it's a whole other thing. What pieces am I going to play? We're going to go over that. So, my goal for this quarter, July, August, and September, those 3 months, my goal is pretty singularly focused. I want to primarily, my primary goal is let's see, how can I word this? My primary goal is focusing on the first round rep. My first round is going to be A212 by Villalobos, and then it's the first and third movements of the Sonata Giacosa. by Rodrigo. So that's my first round. Okay. The other thing, one of the aspects of the goal that I cannot do, is $5 a month enough to get started on the Practice Academy? The $5 a month tier, and this is sort of like another thing, but like a little side note. There we go. So that's not what I wanted. There we go. You think I know my own website? Get out of here. So the $5 support is literally just like access to stuff. You get to watch in on monthly virtual classes, early access to YouTube stuff, and newsletters and things like that. The bronze membership is just a once a month video feedback, and then you get other things as well. So you can use this page. I'm gonna actually, let me put that in the chat for you, and I'll hit that, and that'll help you make, I think, a decision for yourself. Okay. So, so my primary focus is these three first round pieces. Additionally, in the first round is the set piece. Now, the set piece in the GFA is a piece of music that is newly composed and commissioned for the competition specifically. The competitors don't get access to that piece until, I believe, May, about like a month and a half, 2 months before the competition. And it's a first round piece. So you have like 6 weeks to get a piece ready to go for a competition. So it's pretty intense. From what I remember, and I actually did research on this earlier today, the required piece, which is different from the set piece, the required piece is a second round piece only. And it is a piece that you are, it's a piece that you are given about a year in advance. Last year it came out in September, and it's a piece that's already written. This past year was the Diabelli, the first movement from the Diabelli F major sonata, which if you've been watching the stream, I've been practicing that like since September, in a variety of different ways and things like that, just to sort of get some experience on that. I don't know what the required piece is going to be this year, but because last year it came out in September, I'm anticipating that's when we're going to get it again this year. And so if that's the case, then that'll be like a fourth quarter goal. So I'm not, if I had it now, I would start working on that second round required piece immediately as well, because that would be a new piece that I would have to learn. But right now we're just focusing on those three pieces. And that's really it. Like, that's the goal. Like, it's a very simple, straightforward goal. Shadow, welcome back. Yeah, so like what I was saying, when you got caught in the ad, use that page to let you know what tier works for you in the Practice Academy. And feel free to shoot me a DM on Discord. If you want to talk more about it, I'm more than happy to talk to you about it. I have some very important things planned for the Practice Academy, starting in September. So, shoot me a message. We'll chat. And remind me again, have you ever played before? The Discord info is right above you in the chat. So, quarter 3 goals are really straightforward. And that's pretty much it. Okay? That's what we have. Like, there's nothing else really to it. So now, okay. Shadow, shoot me a message on Discord. We'll chat. So, now, for the June goals, unfortunately, I only met one of two of my goals. This was primarily because I didn't really push myself to relearn, and I've had a whole bunch of other things going on. So July is going to be a way that I can refocus for this. So for July 2024, our goals are going to be really simple. Heading 2. Okay. It's going to, for Villalobos Etude 12, it's going to be focus on solidifying current tempi. Okay. So what I mean by that is, we're going to bold and underline that. What I mean by that is that the A section is at quarter equals 92, and then the B section is at quarter equals 120. Okay. And one of the things that I've been working on very deliberately has been to get the transition from those two tempi smooth. Areas that I have to watch out for scale section, because I have a tendency to tend to speed up scales, which throws off, what does it throw? Throws off the tempo of the A section, making it difficult to, typos galore, huh? Making it difficult to nail 120 for the B section. Llama, how you doing on TikTok? How's it going? So that's something that I've been actively working on, aside from a handful of other things, but that's sort of like the big red flag for me in that piece, because what I need to do is I need to have that transition really, really strong, so that way I can then go and work up the rest of the speed. The B section is just endurance and not starting too fast. Okay. So it's really making sure that I have 120 really clear in my mind, that I'm able to go right into that and make that work. So that's pretty straightforward there. The second goal that we're going to be focused on, this is going to be a little bit more straightforward. So we're relearning and rememorizing the first and third movements of the Sonata Giacosa. Okay. First movement, I'm working it at 92 to the quarter. 92 to the quarter. Right now, I'm going to ultimately get it faster, but that's what I'm doing at this current moment. And then the third movement, I'm actually not sure, because I haven't started it yet. Not that I haven't started it, but I haven't started relearning it. I relearned it a while ago, and now I'm bringing it back up again. Okay. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but it's the way that things work. So those are my goals for July. Okay. Those are the goals. Really straightforward things that I need to keep in mind as I am practicing. Okay. So the next thing is that I do have a list of scales. So my technique work that I do is taking things directly from the repertoire that I'm going to be playing. So what I have currently here is I have the different scales and slurs from the Sonata Giacosa first movement. Okay. And then I have the Villalobos Etude 12 scale, the Lignani scale from the Lignani Fantasia, which I'm playing in the second round. And then also they have the Half-Light scale, which I'm playing in the third round if I wind up getting there. So that's why I'm focusing on the first round, because if I don't get through the first round, then the rest doesn't really matter, right? As we go. So these scale excerpts are going to be the same. There are no other scales that I necessarily have to worry about, or scales, technique stuff that I have to worry about. So I already have that schedule all created. Just copy and pasting that from there. Now, here comes the plan for June. So what I have here, I'm literally going to do all of this. All of this is pretty much going to be my practice schedule for the month of July. And let me explain what I'm doing and how I'm doing it as we go. Okay? So the way that I work on my technique, the way that I work on this is, the way that I plan out my practice is that I'm practicing about 4 hours a day. Okay. And so in all honesty, this is probably going to change from Saturday to a different day. I don't know what day that's going to be, because I don't know what my schedule is going to be like just then. But this is probably going to change this Saturday day. Might be Sunday, and that's where I'll practice offline. I don't know. Okay. I just don't have the answers to that. There we go. Okay. So the next two things here, the Anki excerpts and the repertoire run through. So as I am focused primarily on competition rep, one of my things that I want to be able to do is I want to be able to maintain what I have currently as my concert program. And so if we go up here, this is my current concert program. Okay. Choros number 1, Suite del Plata number 1, Mashish by Barrios, Danza Characteristica, Elegy for a King, and all 10 movements of Gothica. Okay. So because I want to maintain this concert program, I need to be practicing it at on some kind of regular basis, and that's where excerpts come into play. And for that, I've been using a specific program called Anki, which I'm not going to take credit for this. This was Cactus Room. If you don't know Cactus Room, we'll give him a little shout out, because why not? But Cactus Room is another classical guitarist who practices on stream, and he started using this program to help him with spaced repetition work with his practice, and so we are as well, because I've always done spaced repetition, but I like the idea of an algorithm taking over that processing power. So all I have to worry about is just practicing, and instead of sitting there and saying, well, I think I want to do it here, I think I want to do it there, it's just going to naturally do the thing based off of my rating. The way that I'm doing it is different than how Cactus Room does it, and so it is not quite. He does have a cactus dancing in the background, yes. So I do mine slightly different than he does, but it's based around the same idea. And it's only for concert excerpts. And then ultimately, excerpts from my competition repertoire will be added into it. And then that will go into my reps. So we do 90 minutes of that plus the technique. That gives me all the technique practice that I need. 90 minutes of technique and excerpts, and then 30 minutes of running through pieces and practicing if I need them, right? So now we get into like the meat of the practice schedule. So right now, Etude 12, like I said, it's already relearned or rememorized. It's going pretty well. And so right now, Etude 12 is doing pretty well. Okay. I'm still practicing it every day, but it's ready to not be practiced every day. What I need to finish rememorizing the Sonata Giacosa, at least at a slow speed. Like, even if I'm doing it at 60 to the quarter note, That's perfectly fine. So that way I can work on what I need to do for etude for so that way I can free up another half-hour slot to start working on the third movement of the Sonata Giacosa. So right now, with the way that my practice schedule looks, and I'm working on the Max Kennedy Preludes and Fugues because those pieces are really freaking hard, and I want to at least maintain them because those are also going on my concert rep as well as we go. So notice here, I go through Prelude, the second set of Preludes and Fugues, Prelude and Fugue number 2 and Prelude and Fugue number 3. I'm rotating days, doing that twice a week, and then once a week I'm doing the first Prelude and first Fugue. And that's enough for me to keep it in a good enough, at a good enough quality, and it allows me to work and continue to explore those pieces because they definitely need that work. Ideally, all of this stuff is going to go on some kind of rotational basis as well. So my first, I would say smaller goal, right? These would be my primary goals. So let's do primary goal. I don't like the size of that. I want a smaller. There we go. Those are my primary goals, right? My secondary goal is to move Etude 12 and the first movement of Sonata Giacosa to rotating practice. Yeah. Etude 12, 2 days a week, and Etude, not Etude, but first movement of the Giacosa would be 3 days a week. That's what I want. Okay. So that's what I'm doing for those pieces. That I want to have happen. Let's see. I'm going to want that to happen. I'm pulling up a calendar so that way I can sort of think through this. Oh, there's my calendar. Yeah, we'll say in 2 weeks. So July 15th, new. So let's do this. Do 7/15. There we go. So that's my due date. That's when it has to be accomplished. This is not set in stone, but it just gives me the ability to at least have some markers for myself. So that way I can start working on the third movement of the Sonata Giacosa. Let's change this. I'm not going to prioritize 92 to the quarter. Work at slow tempo. Quarter note equals 60. If I do that, I can learn it faster because I don't need to worry about drilling things out because of speed. That I know, that work I can do. I'm not concerned about that. I'm just concerned about the solidness of the solidness of the memory. And we'll do the same thing here. Work at slow tempo. So this would be eighth note because it's in 6/8. So I am just tapping out that tempo so I know what to expect. So that's 144, which might seem fast, but it's not fast. The dotted quarter, the beat, what would that be? It's 48 to the quarter note. up up beat up up beat up daga daga da baga daga da bum 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 baga daga da baga daga dum bum 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 baga daga dum, and all that kind of stuff. So there we go. So those slow tempos are going to help me with the memorization aspect because I don't need to worry about the fingers getting faster. I know that they're going to be there. Not concerned. I'm not trying to learn this for a performance as soon as possible because I've got 2 other months, right? If you think about it, if our focus is this, if this is going to be our focus for the third quarter, it makes the most sense to do the first task, which is relearn them, right? Or get them to a rememorized state. Once they're there, I can work on bringing up the tempo. And that means that if I'm giving myself a full month to do that, I have 2 additional months to bring them up to full speed. And I'm pretty much I know that I could do that at full speed right now. But there are certain areas that I know aren't going to be necessarily as clean, that the memory is going to have some issues. So I'm not concerning myself about that. The one thing that I will say is that's what's wonderful about knowing where your abilities lie. I know where my abilities are. I know how fast my scales are. I know how fast my arpeggios are. I have intimate experience with all of these pieces. So I'm not concerned about what possible pitfalls am I going to run into that I'm not expecting, right? So I can really be very deliberate about how I practice so that way I get the most from my practicing. That's the goal. Okay. So just to recap, let's make this look pretty now. Ooh, you know what we're going to do? Boom, title. GFA goals for GFA 2025 competition. Haha. Now we're making this pretty because I do like formatting. Formatting is nice. We'll make that boom, heading 2. There it is. Now I didn't go over secondary goals. In this case, it's going to be really just solidifying the 3 preludes and fugues by Max Kennedy. That's kind of the secondary goal, which is why those things are in my practice chart. I want to make sure that, because those are the pieces that I have the least experience with, but I feel that those pieces can bring something to the table that is unique. There's a density to the music, but it's dense, but it's not fast, virtuosic density. I think that some of the preludes, if I can get them a little bit faster, and the fugues, if they get a little faster, speed-wise, I think they do show off an air of virtuosity, but I think just there's a density to the music that I think is interesting, which, again, I want something that has me stand apart from everybody, especially in the second round. Yeah. So there we have it. I'm trying to think, are there any questions? So again, current repertoire as we go through, and then this is all back burner rep of stuff that if I wanted to bring stuff back up, I have. So there we go. Let's do. There we go. Boom. Save it. Awesome. Any questions? This is literally how I go about doing it. Any questions? Maybe I can go over why things are given a certain amount of time, right? That's always a question and it's always a sticking point. Vader, no, because I'm doing vertical streaming on YouTube. or Vander. I did Vader again. So, why have I chosen these time allotments for my practice, which is pretty much all the pieces spending 30 minutes on? That goes back to when well, let me do this. Hands down, the best book that you can get for yourself is The Art and Technique of Practice by Richard Provost. This is an amazing book that talks about tons of aspects of practice. But for the most part, I have found over time that that at the stage that these pieces are at, I can maintain my work or start my work at 30 minutes a day, everyday practice. And then from there, I can sort of change that stuff up. That's kind of like a different video. But, you know, we could go kind of a little bit over that system. Let's just put it down here just so that way it's typed out and everything. Also, let's make that bigger. I didn't even realize that was small font. So let's just, you know, make a little liney line thing there. So, time allotment. That is not how you spell allotment. Is that how you spell allotment? How do you spell allotment? Hey Siri, how do you spell allotment?
Allotment. A-L-L-O-T-M-E-N-T.
All right, that looks wrong, but sure. Vander is the drummer of Magma. Awesome. I knew that name looked familiar. So my time allotment, what I start with, and this is sort of universal across the board, I start with 30 minutes of daily practice per piece. Okay? And when I started doing that, my teacher posed sort of this, for lack of a better word, a hypothetical question. Or he posed this situation. The idea is that you should know how long it will take you to learn a piece of music on 30 minutes a day of practice. That was the mission statement, as it were, right? So like for instance, the preludes and fugues that I learned in like 3 months, because that's how long I had to learn it. I said yes to that gig because I looked at the music and I thought in my head, okay, if I had 30 minutes a day on each one of these things, can this work? And there was my answer, right? And so as Shadow Elf also said in chat, the idea is that you're not getting burnt out on a piece. Absolutely. Some people say you can get worse by practicing a piece too much. This is absolutely true. So there's a whole bunch of studies and things and ways that our mind, you know, that they've studied our mind and with focus and with, you know, sort of mindfulness and all that kind of stuff. Where there's a point where as you are working, it gets better, and then it plateaus. And then is the sharp decline. It's the nosedive, right? And so that's what Shadow Wolf is essentially talking about, is that at some point, as this thing gets higher and higher, as you keep making progress, you're going to start by teetering off. Things are going to sort of, you know, level out. And then after that, very quickly, it can sharply decline. And so the idea is that you want to work in a way so that you never hit that plateau and you never hit that decline. And if you hit the plateau, it's just sort of at the beginning. So part of it is being mindful of your energy allotment and all that kind of stuff. So 30 minutes, even 30 minutes working on a section is way too long as far as I'm concerned, right? It all depends. So if I'm doing trouble areas, if I'm troubleshooting trouble areas, I tend to think in 5-minute sessions. Okay. So I'm going to say, I'm going to work on this daily for 5 minutes for a week. And so this goes into more weekly, this goes more into weekly practice than it does monthly practice. But at like the beginning of the week, I will essentially give myself a lesson and say, okay, what are the most important things that I need to focus on and practice and work on, and go from there, right? So I think in terms of with like very pointed, specific areas, 5-minute practice sessions, right? I do no more than 3. And then same 3 over the course of a full week. Okay. Then reassess. Right? So the idea is that like every week I'm giving myself a lesson and I'm saying to myself, okay, do I still need these to be here, or are there other things that I can work on? Now you might be saying to yourself, well, 3 times 5 is not 30, it's 15, and you would be correct. Okay? So the other aspect of it is after I am done, or as I'm doing that, I will tend to use the remaining 15 minutes in one of 2 ways. Either learning new material, or I will be refining some kind of musical, technical issue. Right? Counting out loud, singing letter names, working on voicings, that kind of stuff. Something that is more global to the music rather than pointed and singular and trying to fix a problem. And that's how I balance my practice sessions. Now, sometimes 30 minutes is not enough, right? So I will do, outliers would be, I will do like 45 minutes or even an hour on a piece. But if that's the case, usually the piece is so large that I'm breaking that piece into smaller sections. Okay? And sometimes I'll treat those smaller sections as like different pieces. So for instance, when I was working on the Rossiniana by Giuliani, Rossiniana number 1, this is like 15 years ago. The piece is 18 minutes long. Okay. If I was going to practice that piece, it would take me forever. But the piece has sections in it. Right? And so with that, with those sections, the idea is that I can treat those sections as like mini movements. So like the overture was one section. I know it was the overture, and it was the first variation. I think I treated it as one piece of music. The second variation was a second piece of music. Third theme and variation was the third movement. The fourth theme and variations was the fourth movement. The fifth variation was the fifth movement. And the finale was the sixth movement, right? And so over the course of a week of practicing, 6 days a week of practicing, I will have worked on the full piece. With that, I would plan times when I would play through the piece to sort of gauge how everything is coming together. Obviously, I will work on transitions as well. But that worked for me very, very well. Almost treating like the Rossiniana like a Bach cello suite, right? Or a Bach suite. I did the same thing with the Capriccio Diabolico. Broke it up into 6 sections to work out. I did the same thing with the Saudade number 3. Even though that's a 6-minute, 7-minute piece, it does technically have 3 movements. And so I just rotated those 3 movements over the course of 6 days. So that concept was definitely always there. So in bigger pieces, I tend to do less time on it, but I will spread out the time over the course of a week. That to me is how I avoid burnout. on bigger pieces like that. Now, there are also times where, like, as a piece gets more and more into the fingers and into, sort of my abilities, the other end starts to happen, right? So as a piece progresses, so practice progression on a piece, right? So if step 1 is 30 minutes daily practice, right? Step 2 can change. It could be, so like step 2A could be 15 minutes of daily practice or 10 minutes, right? I mean, etc. Okay. Step 2B, which is what I'm trying to do for Etude 12 in the first movement of the Sonata Giacosa, is rotating practice with another piece. So that's why here, ultimately, doing Sonata Giacosa, Etude 12, Sonata Giacosa, Etude 12, Sonata Giacosa, that's where I want to be. That's going to open up a 30-minute time slot for me to put in another piece to work on, right? So that is where that next step goes in, okay? Step 3 to me becomes 3 times a week. On a 6-day-a-week practice routine, it would be, I would be able to do 2 pieces, right? Step 4 is 2 times a week. Step 5 is 1 time a week. And that's pretty much where I go to, okay? Then step 6 is back burner, which is what my concert repertoire is kind of becoming, which is regular check-ins. And right now I'm kind of experimenting with the idea of using Anki for that, right? So that's where this Anki rep run through. I give myself 30 minutes. I'll play through a handful of pieces that come up. I don't know how usable that will be, but we'll see what happens. So far, it's been pretty good for me. So we'll see what happens, right? As we go through here. And then step 7 is what I would call retirement. It's no longer actively being worked on. And this is the important part. I do not expect to be able to play it in a concert. One of the most important things that I can give to anybody is that if I am not actively working on a piece of music in some way, shape, or form, the expectation to play it in a concert is unrealistic, right? So if I wanted to bring something out of retirement, it has to be brought out of retirement, which means I'm going to have to relearn it. It means I'm going to have to rework it. I'm going to have to drill things up again. I can't just do it like in a week later I play it on a concert. Usually. Okay? I say this for anybody studying music and things like that because I have students where I have said, they're like, what do you mean you just can't play anything that you've learned? It's because I'm not actively learning it. Oh, like that is an epiphany for a lot of people. It's like, just because I learned this 6 months ago and I haven't touched it in 5 months doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to play it now. Because there's no active learning going on in it. Now, with excerpts and with running through pieces on the regular, that should change. Okay? How that changes, I don't know. But we'll see. You guys will come along for the ride for that. So that's pretty much how I go through pieces. And now sometimes, like, a back burner might be, 15 minutes of practice 1 time every 2 weeks. So examples. It could also be a run through every few weeks, right? It could be anything as long as it is in the cycle of things. That is what matters. Okay. Again, my expectations are not the piece is typically not quite concert ready, right? The piece might not be ready, but my hope is that with like a week or so of shifting priorities to those pieces that I haven't been working on a whole lot, that I should be good, which is what I did for this weekend of concerts, and it worked out really well. So I'm really happy about that. There we go. Okay, so that's like the progression of a piece and all that kind of stuff. Here we go. Time allotment, but those are my goals, all that kind of stuff. I did have some questions. Why don't we take some questions from chat before we transition? Let me do this real first because I didn't reset these goals. All right. Okay. So, questions. Let's go in and let's take a look at some questions. So, I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Shadow Wolf is asking what strings that I'm going to use for the GFA. I honestly have no clue. I do not know because I'm still trying to figure out what strings I want to use. Magma Systems, Vander, how you doing? So the Villalobos and Rodrigo and the set piece is what I'll be playing for the prelims. That's right. And then the Kennedy. And if I'm one of the lucky 12, then the Kennedy will be for the semis. Absolutely. The Kennedy and the Lignani Fantasia. So that's how that splits up. How long do I practice on a set of strings before I notice a decline? I'm laughing at that because like I never change my strings when I should, because I hate changing strings. But roughly every 2 to 3 weeks is when I should typically change my strings. How long a set of strings settle in all depends on the brand of string. Labella Extra Hard settle in within hours of me putting them, on my guitar. And then like Diodarios take like a week. It all depends. Does the technical nature of a piece affect that schedule a lot, or does it remain the same? Definitely, like the issues that a piece gives me on a personal level affects how I set up my practice schedule. This is not like a plug and play thing where like, okay, I'm going to put these things in here. This schedule is based off of me knowing how I function and how I work, right? So, the answer that people don't want when it comes to, oh, how should I practice, is that ultimately I have no clue how you should practice because I don't know you as a musician. Like, I don't know how you should use your time because I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. I don't know what you're trying to do, where your pitfalls are, what things you do that are good. So really, and this is something that I believe in fully, and like all of my teaching supports this, which is like the answers to those questions are about you. Now, this is where I come in as a teacher. I help you discover those questions, those answers. You know, I help you. I help lead you to the insight for those answers, so that way you can make choices that are good for you. And then in that's going to be how you become the most successful. Do I change my fingering for tremolo or other technical aspects to get a better sound? Sometimes. You know, it ultimately depends on what the problem is. I can't give a specific answer to that. I just can't. I know that like there are people that will use like IMA for tremolo instead of AMI. I know that like Anna Vidovich will use MIM. Those are all personal choices that you have to do for yourself. What I would say is this: any professional making those choices should not deter you from learning the traditional choice first. Because let me tell you, if Anna Vidovich can play tremolo like she does MIM, I know that she could play AMI tremolo and destroy anybody on the earth with it. She just doesn't like it. It's just that simple. And what she doesn't like versus what we are going to hear as good versus bad aren't the same thing. It's just that simple, right? So her standard is not is at such a level where it's at such a level where what she's hearing and what she's judging, you don't need to concern yourself about it. Just practice normal tremolo. Used to fly out at an airport in East Haddam. I don't know if I have or not, to be honest with you. I might have. Sounds familiar. But I don't remember offhand. Oh, Anna Vidovich, Anna's great. Anna is wonderful. I will be taking the only guitar that I own to the GFA, which is my concert guitar, my Chapman. I'm bummed. I was gonna go to one of the Boston master classes and concerts. I couldn't get away. It's so busy here. The Invocation and Dance, is that the piece that you're talking about, Magma? It's a great piece. But yeah, what are the cats' names? Cosmic Vision. That's Rocky and Chili. So yeah, I'm trying to think. She heard things from students which you as a beginner could never detect. That makes sense. Yeah. It's just the level of hearing is so different. That's what it is, right? User with a bunch of numbers. Why don't I learn it? Because there's too many pieces that I want to learn and not enough time to learn it all in. If I was independently wealthy, I would learn Invocation and Dance for you, User. Because it's a good piece. I remember, so my first experience with the Invocation and Dance was actually, I remember this vividly, because I remember the look on my teacher's face when she saw me. So, when I was in high school, not knowing it at the time, I had the amazing opportunity to study with Antigone Goni at the Juilliard Pre-College. My senior year of high school, I studied with her at the Juilliard Pre-College. That's a whole other story. But let's talk about that. Let's worry about this one. So this was March of 2003, and did I disturb you? What's up, Chili? You good? All right. So it was March 2003, and she was giving a concert at Princeton University. And so as part of her concert at Princeton University, she gave a pre-concert lecture like the day before. And it was at Princeton. And I lived in New Jersey, and my mom worked in Princeton, and so she knew all about it, and so she told me that she was there. So I went, and I show up randomly at this college like lecture hall. I just sort of show up, right? And I'm just there, and she's giving this presentation on her concert rep, and this is 2003, overhead projector, the clear film. What are those called? Jersey, do you remember what those were called? Geez, now I'm gonna look it up. Yes! The overhead projector. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Okay. Oh, good. I'm not signed into Amazon. Overhead projector. Here it is, y'all. This thing. This is what she was giving a lecture on, and those film sheets, right? Y'all remember? Who was old enough to remember this in schools? So anyway, so she was giving a presentation, right? And nice. So she's giving a presentation. They were awful. And then as I am like I come in. First of all, I come in late because I got lost. And then like she's talking, and she sees me. And she gives me the weird, like, she's like, what? And so she sees me, and, like, she was not expecting to see me at all. It was hilarious. And she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I live, like, 20 minutes away from here. My mom works in Princeton. I'm here to see you. I'm coming to the concert. And, like, her mind was, she was not expecting to see me there. It was great. And she gave a brilliant concert. Anyway, Invocation and Dance. That was the first time that I heard about it, and she was talking about sort of like this ghost lover, and like the dance is like the person, I forget if it was the ghost lover was male or female, but it's like whoever it was, like someone's dead and they're dancing with the ghost lover, and that's why it's all like pointed and funky and everything like that. So that's my story of Invocation and Dance, and me scaring the shit out of Antigone while she was giving a presentation. So I will be clipping this portion of it and putting it on social media and tagging her and embarrassing her or me or yes. Anyway, so what part of Jersey did I grow up in? 5 minutes outside of New Brunswick. 5 minutes outside of New Brunswick. What's my white whale piece? That's a good question. Right now, I don't have any pieces that I'm like, I need to learn this piece. I have always wanted to tackle... Nice, Jersey. Nice. I've always wanted to tackle the Chromatic Fantasy and Fugue by Bach. I believe it or not, I have no desire to learn the Chaconne. Like, that's like every guitarist's white whale. I don't know where Milburn is. Jersey, do you know where that is? Because I don't. I'm sure if Mama Shredda's in chat, she might know. But so the Chromatic Fantasy and Fugue is one that is one that I've been itching to do. Nothing off the top of my head right now. Short Hills Mall does sound familiar. Am I Canadian? I'm not Canadian. New Brunswick in New Jersey. Short Hills I've heard of. I don't know where that is, though. That doesn't mean anything. So, played the Shakona marimba when you were younger. Nice. We would constantly hear marimba players stealing classical guitar rep, too. It's past Bridgewater heading north. That's probably why I've heard of it then. Played on the guitar one day? Awesome. You should. My cats are so annoyed today. What did I do? I didn't feed them enough. That's what it is. They haven't had enough food. That's why they're annoyed. Okay. I think that's it. There's someone on TikTok who's trying to get me to learn the invocation and dance. Yeah. Right now, what is... Yeah. So... Oh, yeah. Yep. John and I used to work together. Not in, like, the working job sense. He was a student of mine for a while. And we worked together for a year on Mujo together. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. I don't know. You're going to get a Yamaha C40? That's another... If you can, the C40... There's nothing wrong with the C40. Nothing wrong with it. And if that's what you can get, that's what you can get. Right? But I forget what Yamaha... is this... No, that's not it. Is it? What Yamaha... Yamaha classical guitar, solid top. There it is. Yeah. If you can. You might not be able to. And that's okay if you can't. Go for the Yamaha CG102. Okay? Whichever. Untrustworthy. Thank you for the $3 tip. Haven't been able for 2 weeks. Can I play you a song of my chat's choice? Okay. First of all, I'm sorry that you broke your shoulder and collarbone. That's awful. So hold on. Answer to you, untrustworthy? Yes. Give me 1 second. Shadow Wolf, the reason, if you can get the 102, the reason why I say that is that a solid top is always better than a laminate top. A laminate top, and I might be, sort of preaching to the choir, for lack of a better word, or telling you something that you already know. Laminated tops are thin sheets of wood that are just pressed together and glued, and that prevents, it's very structurally quite sound, but it prevents the top of the instrument from vibrating. A solid wood top is one piece of wood, and so it has more flex for vibration. That's the reason why. Is it this? There it is. I need to clean out my commands. All right. Untrustworthy. Do you want something uplifting and high energy? Do you want something that is chill and relaxing? Let me know. And while you are making that decision, I'm going to take out my guitar. Asturdius? I'm not going to do Asturdius. I have not played the guitar today. No one need... I cannot do Asturdius for a... it won't be good. It won't be a good Asturdius. It would be a bad Asturdius. Coaching sessions. Thanks for the chat. See you in the Discord. Awesome. Yeah. Actually, I should do Elegy for a King. We'll do that. We'll do Elegy for a King. First of all, I need to run through it and practice it anyway. Because I'm playing it in concert tomorrow. Oi! Boom. Here we go. All right. Okie dokie. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. Oh boy. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Whoops. I feel like this has gotten way too high. There we go, that's better. All right. What kind of support is this? This is a support called Les Support. The company was founded by Thomas Vilto. It's awesome. I love this support. Yep, literally the support that it translates to. All right. All right. Okay, let's do this. Also, I got to put on my fake nail. Whoa! We have our first... Oh my goodness. So, right now, y'all, giveaway. Press enter to get your first membership to the Shred-Eye, to the Fourth Wall. And thank you for the tip as well. Someone get in on it before it goes away. Exclamation point enter. The Shred-Eye Padawan level. So that is like a tier 1 sub on Twitch. Voting powers on social media content, shout outs at the end of the stream, all that kind of good stuff. It can be reran later. We will keep that in mind. How do I rerun it? It's only 60 seconds. I feel like it should be longer. That's what she said. All right. Let's do this. We're going to play Elegy for a King. This is for Untrustworthy Wolf. Shadow Elf, if you want to grab yourself a priority request as well, you are more than welcome to do so. Thank you for the support. So, Elegy for a King. There we go. How about I pick? I can absolutely pick. Do like a Shredda's Choice, which I will have to figure out later. All right. Elegy for a King. Let's go. So, Elegy for a King is a single that I released around this time last year. It's a super pretty piece written by Frederick Hand, written in the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King, because when he heard of Dr. King's assassination, he was inspired to write this piece. Thank you so much, Shadow Wolf. I do appreciate, or Shadow Elf, excuse me. I do appreciate it. Oops. All right, here we go. So let's do this. Here it is. Whoa! Here it is. Take 3. We're gonna leave it the way it is. With the bigger notes. So that was for Untrustworthy Wolf. And now we got a Shredder's Choice. Let's see. Mateo, thank you for the follow on twitch.tv/Guitar Shredder. Shauna, I'm glad that you enjoyed the music. Let's see. What do I want? What do I want to play? That is... Let's see. Let's do the Merga. Because I want to. Alright. So we're going to do the Merga for Shadow Elf. Touched Your Soul. Well, you can listen to that on your favorite music streaming platform. As well as it's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. It's also available for purchase on my website for download. Cool guy, thank you for the... is that a heart me? It is a heart me. Thank you so much. All right. So this next one is the fourth movement from Suite del Plata number 1, which is also a piece that I have released. It was supposed to be the single, but I didn't understand how to release singles at the time. So it never got released as a single, but this is the Merga, but I see this as like the single of the EP. There we go. There we go. So, we're going to take a break. Thank you again, Shadow Elf, for the $5 tip, as well as gifting to our community. I'm going to try and figure out how I can get this to rerun. Oh, that's awesome. How do I I'll have to figure that out. Manage gifting. Oh, we can do this. Time limit in seconds. Let's see. How many seconds do I want for like a 5-minute thing? Oh, wait. How do we what's redo? How do you redo? Okay, I'm gonna figure that out, and then we'll go from there. But I gotta figure out how to do that redo for that giveaway. But we're gonna take a break, and when we get back, we will be doing some more content stuffs. So see you all in a little bit. What do you mean marker is unrecognized? Do I not have markers? Yeah, what the what? There we go. I don't know what the hell was going on there. Anyway. All right. Okay. I will be back in about 15 minutes or so. You all just hang tight. Because I did the wrong thing. We should be good now. All right. Damn it, Jersey. I don't need your tude with the IDFK. All right? That's it. I heard that talk back. There we go. Thank you, Shadow. Shadow, thank you for the purchase. I appreciate that. Enjoy Sweet Del Plata #1. It's a good one. That was my first. I had it on. Yeah, it was one of the last things on. Yeah. What? The Prelude is pretty straightforward. So Prelude and the Milonga are pretty straightforward. The Tango is deceptively tricky. The Candombe is fast scales, and then the Murga is like a counting nightmare. So like if I was going to work on this with a student, movements 1, 3, 2, 5, and 4 would be the order that I would learn it in. Typically. All right. Let's see. Hey, little Shredder. Can you do me a favor and close my door?
Hold on a second.
You're not little Shredder.
I know. Her hands are full too. Yeah. Both of our hands are full.
Okay. But
Alright.
I was talking to my daughter.
But she was singing.
Okay. Little Shredder, tiny humans. That's right.
I'm a cow woman.
All right. So I wanted to do a few little things here, and what we're gonna do is, let's see, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? There we go. Okay. I'm thinking right now. We're gonna. She does play guitar. We are going to hide all that stuff. We're gonna hide this stuff. Hide that stuff. All right. There we go. So, I'm just hiding those things so that way I can get a clear image. But we're keeping the cat cam. Yeah. Oh, abandoned mall videos are crazy. Muppets, how you doing? All right. So let's see what I want to play. I need to go into my content planner. There's so much stuff that I just never did. What's this? What is this one? Nope. Oh, let's do this. So we're gonna do the cats were having a cuddle battle on break. Yeah, that's what I saw. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do the prelude to the first cello suite. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. We're just gonna do a little piece of it. See how it goes. Let's see. We'll do this so that way I can see it a little bit better. Maybe we'll do the first like half. We'll see what happens. So we're gonna record this prelude to the first. The first cello suite. So that way we have it. So I'm doing some of these. So the purpose of this is like, this is going to be ultimately a video that I publish on my socials. So we're gonna see what happens. Okay. Okay. And actually, in case you're interested and you're hanging out here, this transcription and the whole suite is available on my debut album Emergence. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm framed right. Wait, what? Oh my goodness. Pianist Miri, thank you for the gift sub. Thank you so much. Pianist Miri, if there is a request that you'd like, you're more than welcome to check out the song list. We are doing some contenting as well. Pianist Miri, thank you so much. Pianist Miri, my birthday buddy. Go check out her channel. Wonderful pianist. Super awesome. Alright. Let's do... We got cats. We got me. Alright. I want to say this should be good. I'm trying to frame myself. Oh, Pianist Miri, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Happy birthday to you as well. All right. So this is for the contents, and that'll get cut out. Maybe. Let's see what happens. Whatever. Let's go. Oops. Nope. So now you guys get to see in real time me making content. Balls. Maybe we'll see what happens. Oh, also, that stuff in the background will annoy me while I record. Also, I need to make sure that like I am thinking of this the right amount. Like as I was playing, I'm like, oh wait, I don't know how long I'm going to play for because I haven't planned it. So I need to... think of this. Where's my... There it is. In my stopwatch. All right. Oh. Ah, my goodness. Nope. Oops. All right. Okay. Oops. All right. Have a good one, Shadow Elf. All right. Let's see. Try that again. Nope. Oh, that was wrong. Ooh. Okay, let's restart this. All right, I think I actually am fine. This is the prelude from the first cello suite. Oh, balls. That's feeling pretty good. All right, let's make sure that That's looking good. Just framing. All right. Is there a way that I can make that bigger for me? Oh, that's better. Piano Spirit, thank you for thank you for that gift sub as well. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. There we go. Woohoo! Let's try that again. That's where I'm ending there. All right. What do you mean that's an unrecognized command? It is not. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, let's try this and just sort of read it out. Okay, so we did that. We got that all recorded. And so we need a video edit that. Cool. Just looking at something very quickly here. Oh, there it is. Derp. Okay. Let's go back to the merga. I know I played it once already. We're gonna play it again, because that is another video that I want to release. All right. If I do this, and also I had like a weird, it's such a weird like double take of my memory. All right. Cool. Let's go. So this is the merga. Little opening of the merga. Balls. Really? The moment that I'm going to record. Ooh. Damn it, Tra. That was ridiculous. All right. All right, let's try this again. Balls. why can't I play this? I literally just started the stream with this. So when people ask, when I make content, like how long it takes me to do something, you guys saw me play this earlier in the stream, and now for whatever reason, like it's not going. This is what we deal with. Oh boy. Sorry, guys. No. Hands. Participate. Where are the cats? Bad guitar. Bad guitar. Play nice. More like bad fingers. That's what we're going to. Jeez. All right. So that was... Got a video edit, that one. And then we're not going to do that one. We're not going to do that one. Because those require too much effort. Okay. All right. I'm just thinking in my head. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Those guys aren't viciously cleaning themselves. I want to do one more piece for a recording. Black Cat is going crazy. What's up, Levy? How you doing? Let's do something not classical. Oh, we're gonna do this one. Yeah. There we go. And I think this is here. Yep. Oh, let's do that. Okay. This one's gonna be good. Yep. Yep, there. Whoops. There it is. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. Time after time. All right. Did I ever get an answer from? Oh, hold on. That does not help me though. Dashboard. Okay. Here we go. How can we do this? Oh, all right. Okay. This is what we're going to do, y'all. This is what we're going to do. On twitch.tv/Guitar Shredder, we're doing a giveaway. Let me make sure that the giveaway stuff is right before we do anything. I figured it out, everybody. Now, what I do want to figure out is like 600 seconds is 10 minutes, right? We're going to do a giveaway for 10 minutes. Okay. So, here's what we're doing. Okay. Thank you again, Shadow Elf Void, for gifting to the stream a membership on the Fourth Wall site. So for those who might not know, let's see, not Saput, membership. There it is. So I have a store, Fourth Wall membership. So what happens here, right, is this is like Patreon, but we have merch as well, and it allows Twitch users to send out gifts for memberships as well as merch to viewers. And so the membership that was gifted was the Shred-Eye Padawan membership, which is a membership that gives you access to a members only feed, gives you access to submit requests for social media video content, early access to video content, a shout out on stream and my YouTube videos at the end screens, Discord access, as well as voting power on content that I create. Okay, not for every video, but for some of the videos, and that will be listed in there. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna rerun the giveaway. There's gonna be 10 minutes. Use !enter. Okay. !enter to win. There we go. I know it said it twice, but that's okay. Because I'm just rerunning it. Okay? And you can click that link just to see it for yourselves, but !enter to win. And this is different than your Twitch membership, but it does help and support what I do. And in the meantime, we're going to run through time after time. So y'all, 10 minutes to... It shouldn't say 60 seconds, it should say 10 minutes. We will if it's still funky, we will rerun again, but it shouldn't be that short. I thought I fixed it. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. Apparently it's only doing it for, I guess, because that one ran as 60 seconds. All right, everybody get their enters ready. This is open for anybody who is in chat. Okay? Put ones in chat when I know that you're here so that way we can get this going and get this fired as quickly as possible. All right. All right, I saw one in chat. Here we go. We're redoing it. Let's go. !enter to win. Whoops. balls. All right, we're gonna try running it one more time. But y'all keep forgetting to type ! Enter. This costs you nothing. This was already given by Shadow Health. Apparently Jersey was the package in... Alright, now I know where I'm going. Let's do it one more time. Alright, Twitch chat. Everybody, are we ready? I hate calling out people who are lurking, but I want to give this giveaway away. So this is with good intentions, y'all. Just want to make sure that you're here. And if you're on YouTube or if you're on TikTok, head on over to twitch.tv/guitarshredder. Join us in the chat. Try to get a giveaway for a membership to our Fourth Wall members program. So this is free. This is costing you nothing. All this is you needing to be in chat and hit ! Enter. And also, maybe while you're here, follow and all that kind of stuff. But let me know when you guys are all ready. We're going to try and do one more through this. Balls. Nope. Oh. That's our garage door, by the way. All right. Here we go. Maybe not. I did it again. Jeebus. That sounds cool. That's not what she wants, though. Had like a nice... Is that you guys? Are you hearing the snoring? I did it again. Yeah. I got jazzy. They didn't like it, though. Here we go. Almost. All right. One's in chat if you're ready for the giveaway. We're going to do it one more time. It is a great arrangement of time after time. It really is. All right, we're going to try one more time through. Because I missed this thing. Yeah, definitely not that. That's what I want. That sounds nice. Okay, let's do it again. Smoking Wizard texted Jack Black apparently on TikTok. Hopes that he will duet me. Thank you. Much appreciated. All right, let's try this again. Balls. All right, let's try again. It was so good. All right. What do I use for nails? I use my regular nails. This is just a fake nail because I broke the playing side of my thumb last week. I did that again. It's the same freaking bass note. All right. I'm having a real hard time with this. What's up, Nad? How you doing? Hold on. This is ridiculous that I'm doing this, but I hit the edge of this nail. All right. I'm going to try this giveaway one more time, y'all. Ready? Everybody get ready. Chat, get ready. 60 seconds for this. It's a super quick giveaway. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Twitch.com/TV. Twitch.tv/Guitar Shredder. Go ahead, enter to win. We're doing good. Exclamation point, enter to get your membership tier on our fourth wall member. Oops. All right, cool. We got that finally. All right. No one got the giveaway. All right. We'll try in the next one, y'all, but like there's a free giveaway that we have that I'm trying to give away to people. But you gotta enter. All right. Let's go ahead now. How do you enter? You have to be on twitch.tv/Guitar Shredder, but we're wrapping up now. In the next stream, I'll do it. Sorry, was studying. It's okay. No worries. We should be able to do it in the next stream, so it's all right. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm just trying to give you guys things. Nobody's getting the things. Oh, it's okay. All right. I have to wrap up. We got to head out. I will see you all Monday. So just to remind y'all, I know that it says 8 a.m. on my schedule, but that is wrong. I need to update that. I will be back on Twitch at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. We will be back. Feel free to follow me on any and all the social medias. What else? Oh yes, music and lessons. There we go. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for the donos. Thank you for the gift subs. Thank you for the subs. I appreciate the support. It really does mean the world. We're going to head out on TikTok and then we're going to go raid somebody on Twitch. Have a wonderful day, y'all. All right. I'm going on Twitch right now to see who we can go and raid. Who is on? Not loving the options right now. Mark Allard. Who this? God, tell you. Look at how clean his room is. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, why don't we go over there? Why not? Okay, we're gonna go. This is a new person. Haven't seen him. Haven't seen his streams before. We are trusting Twitch. Here are our raid calls. And GG's on the catches, y'all. Nice. Like I said, we'll be back. We'll be back on, my gosh, I can't even think. We'll be back Monday. And we'll start our new practice and everything. So it's going to be really awesome. So you all have a great, wonderful rest of your day. My pleasure. Video on the practice will be out later, early in July. And then the 3 tunes that we recorded, the Prelude, the Merga, and Time After Time will be out on my socials as little shorts. Yeah, this was pretty good. I like this. So I'm hoping to do this again next Saturday. Okay? You all have a great rest of your weekend. I've got to go to rehearsal.